Hello, everybody. I'm Mrs. Nicholson. Welcome to English 10, English 12, and English Gemini 101. A little bit about me. My family and I have lived in the Finger Lakes my whole life. I currently live in Waterloo, New York, which is where I grew up. My husband, James, and I have two stepdaughters, Olivia and Kendall, who are 10 and 13, and my little boy Luca just turned 5 in July. And I have two beagles, Scout and Nellie, who I love, but they're a total pain. So if anyone ever wants beagles and I can convince my family that we don't, then I'll let you know. But I guess we're kind of attached, so we'll have to keep them. And my favorite band is the Beatles. I love them, grew up with my dad listening to them with me, and I've seen Ringo Starr in concert 4 times. So if you ever want to get on the ELA good side, definitely love the Beatles, or at least pretend that you do. My promise is basically summed up from a poem from spoken word poet Sarah Kay, and I will recite the following. She visited every classroom, knew every student by name. She spoke to us like we were scholars, artists, scientists, athletes, musicians, and we were. My world was the size of a crayon box, and it took every color to draw her. She made us wonder. She made us question. She made us proud of what we had learned. She taught us to share. She taught us to listen when someone else is speaking. And then she let us go. We were dandelion seeds released to the wind. She asked for no return. We are saplings now with gentle hands. I tell them, listen to one another like you know you are scholars, artists, scientists, athletes, musicians, like you know you will be the ones to shape this world. Show me how many colors you know how to draw with. Show me how proud you are of what you have learned, and I promise I will do the same. I learn from every student that I have ever encountered, and my promise is to treat them and care for them and teach them as if they were my own. Whatever I expect for my students to have in their classroom, my kids to have in their schools, that's what I'm going to give to your son or daughter. And that is without fail, first and foremost, they will feel cared for, protected, and they will learn. English 10, essentially our guiding procedures are, we're going to read, write, listen, and speak every day. We're going to develop readers, writers, and creative thinkers. We'll read a variety, and this is by far not all of it, literary genres, novels, nonfiction, short fiction, poetry, drama, and it'll all be approachable and real life and authentic. And we'll include classics of Mice and Men, Julius Caesar, Knight, that will have some historical context to them, but we'll also bring in some new classics, some current literature that pairs nicely with what we've all grown up with and expect for an English 10 classroom. We'll continue to develop strategies and skills and vocab, and we'll learn authentically. It won't be reciting and memorizing and me, talking at them. It's going to be us learning together as a class, as a community. For grading, it's equally weighted. There's no late points. If you do the work, you will get credit for the work. And the only part to that is if it gets really close to the end of like a 10-week period, the highest I might give is a 65, but at least I will give you credit for having done it. There is no homework unless something is not completed in class. Each assignment will have different point values depending on the effort or the time or the skills involved in completion. And keep in mind that zeros do significant damage to someone's overall grades, sometimes as much as 10 points per zero. So just be certain that all assignments are turned in and completed. On time would be amazing. Sometimes that's not possible. So like I said, there's no late points. Get it done as soon as you can. Overall, every day we will interact with English literature, English language arts. And the main idea is if you need to contact me, my email is probably the fastest way to get a response, but I will always talk with you. After 2:40 p.m. is probably the easiest without teaching or interrupting other classes. And my number and extension are right there at the bottom of the screen. English 12, very similar as far as the grades. The biggest thing that's a change from English 10 to 12 is that we are really going to focus on resumes, cover letters, interview skills, real world job markets, college career readiness, getting them ready for that next phase, whatever their choices that they would like to do. Classics such as A Midsummer Night's Dream, amazing Shakespeare play, love it. Unbroken, A Streetcar Named Desire, those classics are going to be seen. But again, we're going to pair them with some modern things that they will really like get hooked on and have similar themes to explore. Again, my contact information. For Gemini English 101, there is a little bit of a different thing I'm going to show you, and that is part of my Google Classroom. So if we go to the course outline, and your students should be able to access this as well. I'm just going to pull up a brief document that shows you a little bit about Gemini English 101. So it talks about our goal, our learning outcomes, the course materials, everything is available in the classroom. Our grading policy for Gemini is just the translation really to FLCC's grading policy. So you'll see a number grade in our school tool for Clyde-Savannah, which will translate to the 0.0 GPA and then the letter grade. So whatever your student has here will fit into one of those two categories to the side. We have our outline of topics covered. So English 101 for Gemini is a writing course. So we're spending a lot of times on our required readings. We jigsaw those, do some presentations to mix it up, but everyone will learn and experience the chapters that you see listed here. For example, right now we just finished a scholarly article analysis, which was an essay based on a database article from FLCC. We're going into genres, and then there are different types of essays that they will need to show that they've done in order to receive the FLCC credit. There's a final reflective writing project based on part of a novel that they will experience through FLCC. Returning to the presentation, knowing that essentially showing up every day and having group participation is key, especially with the Gemini course and all courses really, but for English 101, the method of being there and experiencing this college level academic is extremely important. The same methods of contact information for me exist as for 10 and 12. They can sign out any of the materials for class at any time. Ultimately, I want to thank you. I am so happy to be here with you and your students at Clyde-Savannah. I have such awesome experiences and stories with them already. I hope they come home at least excited about ELA, even if they don't want to show you that they are. I know that together we can make the school year one full of happiness and learning. We're going to take care of each other, and our kids are going to soar. We're the Clyde-Savannah Eagles, and they are going to go far and do amazing things. And I can't wait to be a part of it. So I hope I hear from you. I hope that your students are having a great year so far, and enjoy the rest of your virtual open houses.